Now, for his take, we are joined by former Deputy Prime Minister Barnaby Joyce. Barnaby, really appreciate you joining us on the show this evening. Give us your reaction to Australia's vote.
What a sad day. I mean, we've now moved into the realm of the Labor Party vouching for votes at the next election rather than looking at the actual the fundamentals of this. Hamas is a terrorist organisation. Hamas started this war. Hamas is still got hostages. Hamas has not made an honest approach of trying to find a truce by releasing the hostages and basically, Hamas being a terrorist organisation, surrendering those who committed the murders. And what has the Labor Party done? This is a move to almost a form of quasi-endorsement, and you can't have that. Israel is being attacked by people who say that they want to remove Israel from the river to the sea, from the Jordan River to the Mediterranean Sea. That means Israel's gone. And that means that obviously the Israelis, the Jews are amongst them, because we've got to remember that there are also Arabs in Israel. What are they going to do with them? Murder them. If you have got Hamas running the show, supported by Iran, Hezbollah in the north, that would be an absolute massacre of the state of Israel. And we believe in a two-state solution, but when it's agreed, as we go through a process, a peaceful process of agreement between the two sides, this is basically just giving grist to the mill for those who are trying to drive Israel into the sea.
Barnaby, let's have a listen to Penny Wong, and then I'll get some more thoughts from you.
It did reaffirm the international community's unwavering support for the two-state solution of Israel and Palestine living side by side in peace and security within recognised borders. I want to say this is a clear rejection of the goals and methods of Hamas. A two-state solution, both Israel and Palestine, is the opposite of what Hamas wants.
I've got to ask you this, Barnaby, before we move on to other subjects. Does this not encourage terrorist organisations and reward them? Does this not make it more likely we're going to see more terrorist activity in the future when governments like ours, which is seen to be a responsible, moderate government, supposedly on the world stage, rewards Hamas for taking hostages, for behaving as they have?
Well, look at the nexus. Look at the chronology of it. Basically, a year after terrorists come across the border, murder people, take hostages, shoot babies, rape women, they're now recognising basically the the Minister Wong says it's a movement against Hamas. It's precisely what Hamas wants, Minister Wong. You give them exactly what they want. It's a profanity of logic. That you can somehow say, this is a peaceful move and it doesn't help Hamas, when it does precisely that. It shows that these absolutely barbaric, noxious acts, and when no one wants a war, wars are disgusting, horrible things, and there should not be wars, but they get started when people come and invade places and take hostages and rape women and shoot babies and mutilate people. And when you do that, and for Australians, just think of what if it happened to us? What would you expect our response to be? If someone arrived in Australia, took hostages, shot women, raped women, murdered people, just barbarically machine gunned them down, would you say to the Australian Defence Force, no, look, but let's be sensible about this? You'd say, I want this dealt with immediately. And I want it dealt with to the maximum of our capacity to make sure this never happens again. And that's precisely what's happening over there.
Yeah, you're spot on, Barnaby. Now, I just want to move on because the federal government has announced Australia will stop live sheep exports by 2028. I can imagine you're far from thrilled about this. What are you most concerned about here?
This is a pitch to inner urban teal and green voters at the expense of regional Australia. We are miles ahead from the problems that you've seen in the live sheep trade in the past. This is how we make sure we're connected to vital places such as the Middle East. This is a vital trade for us. And when you take away the capacity of the live sheep trade, you play right in the hands of centralised processors. And they, of course, they'll think this is great because, once more, it means that there's not the competition in the marketplace. For a lot of these sheep, of course, now they just die in the paddock. If they have no value, what do you do with them? You have to shoot them, I suppose. It is one. If you have a look at the ships now, I think there's a lower mortality rate on the ships than there is in the paddock. Remember, the live cattle trade was a great idea till everyone actually thought about it. Then they thought it was one of the silliest ideas, some of the stupid policy moves we've ever had. Well, we've just repeated it.
There you go.
Barnaby, we've got to go, but we really appreciate your time. Thanks so much for joining us.